Hi everyone, I am Tony with Harper Therapy, and I am here with the wonderful Miss Benita.
Hello.
She is one of our therapists here at Harper Therapy, and this month we're starting a new series where we are talking about...
We're going to talk about fear and worry.
Yes.
Fear and worry.
So, which some people might name that as anxiety.
Right.
But then there's some people who don't recognize that as anxiety.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell us your story about fear and worry. How did you get familiar with it?
Well, I think, I had suffered from fear and worry for as long as I can remember. And the older I got, the more I realized, hey, this is something really to this. And I really, really need to kind of get it under control. I think it's something for me too that I realize so many people deal with and worry and have it, but they're just saying, I'm just anxious. Sometimes it can even be just a situation. Something happened and you start with those foreboding thoughts, those ruminating thoughts. They just won't stop, but it's just excessive. And it sends you down this little rabbit trail, and it's almost, like you're going off the cliff. How do I come back?
Right.
How do I come back?
Yes, and when that fear and that worry is stopping you from doing things because you're just so running through the what ifs in your head.
Absolutely.
Of, but if I go there and something happens, and what if I know, especially when I had kids,
right?
That kind of, I was pretty free spirited before I had children, and then I give the example that once I had kids. Just the fear of what if something happened to them and I couldn't get to them quick enough.
Yeah. See, mine was what if something happened to me and I leave my son. My husband was a good dad, don't get me wrong. But I grew up hearing there's nothing like the love of a mother. So if something happened to me, and another thing, I could not just stand to see my son afraid. That, or anybody for that matter.
Right.
It's something different, a little bit, but just that fear is a tormentor. People don't realize that it's tormentous, and just to see that.
So you were okay with yourself having that fear and that worry, that constant,
right? But
you couldn't see it in people that you loved.
No, don't want to see it in people that I love, which also exacerbated the fear that I had within myself.
Tell me more about that.
Okay, so if I'm fearful and worried, I didn't want my son to have those traits or those characteristics because I couldn't see it. So I'm helpless. I'm out of control. I cannot help him, which further
made your fear worse about what you were doing to him and that you were
absolutely. Okay. Or if it was a situation that I didn't want to happen, or I was afraid that it's happened. So it's not that irrational fear like a phobia. Because irrational fear, hey, the aliens are not coming.
Right.
But
aliens aren't coming here today. Not today.
We don't think. Right. But Tony, the thing about it is though, the things that I feared were possibilities. For an example, I could get in a wreck. I could be dead, and my car could be in a ditch. And he could be afraid.
And he could be alone without his mom and not have that love of a mother.
But then I saw that picture on his face.
Of the fear.
Because he was so scared. Which, even I'll go back further. I feared growing up that my mother was going to leave me. Not because she was the type that would abandon me. But what if something happened to her?
Right.
So I would sleep holding on to her gown. So if she moved, I would know.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So when I talk about it and I think about the root of it comes from somewhere.
Yes.
But the key is to, if you have a tree, if you want to kill a thing, whether it's a tree or whatever, you have to get to the root and you have to pull that thing.
You have to get that all out.
Yep. You have to get it all out.
Yep.
So I began to as I do even with my clients, you put that thing on trial. And we have a court. We go to court.
Oh, I love
what
that.
evidence do you have that X, Y, and Z will happen? And when they give me evidence or what they believe is self-defense. I'll cross-examine that. So what you're telling me,
it's playing that game, like
Absolutely.
going down the what if tunnel until the point where you're homeless under a bridge.
absolutely,
How many things have to happen before you get to there?
absolutely,
And then what makes you be so afraid to be homeless and under a bridge? It's your roots, which then one of the big things we work on here at Harper is your family of origin behaviors.
Right.
And because everything's going to go back to your childhood.
everything.
Yeah. And so then pulling at that to determine where your fear is coming from.
Absolutely. And I read somewhere statistically, most things we fear don't come to pass.
Right.
Which really line up with the acronym FEAR, false evidence appearing real.
Yep. Yeah.
But when you're in it,
You can't see that.
you can't see it.
You can't see it.
You can't see it. And that's what I like, what we do here, the work we do here. We work on that.
Yes.
And you're right. So I really, I like that.
Yes. So if any of this is resonating with you, if you struggle with fear or worry or anxiety, and you just constantly have those foreboding thoughts and are ready to get to the root, give us a call at Harper Therapy. The phone number is 813-434-3639. We hope to talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.